New developments in Karen Read's retrial. Read's attorneys continue to ask the state's highest court for 2 of her 3 charges to be dropped, including her murder charge. Her team is also drawing parallels to the Boston Marathon bombing trial and how potential issues with jurors in that case are being handled. Our Kirsten Glavin is live at the Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court in Boston to take us through the arguments. Kirsten.
Yeah, Glenn, this is really the first time Read's defense team is capitalizing on what's called manifest necessity. And if the court agrees, it could mean no retrial at all. As a retrial looms for Karen Read, her attorneys continuing to push for 2 of her 3 charges to be dropped. This after they say 5 jurors have come forward, stating the jury was unanimous in their decision to acquit her of second-degree murder. In new documents, Read's lawyers argue the court failed to ask the jury about partial verdicts, citing a lack of manifest necessity. In other words, a mistrial would not have been justified and that a defendant could not be retried due to double jeopardy.
If the Supreme Court were to ultimately decide that there was no manifest necessity, what that could mean is that not just that there's no retrial on counts 1 and 3, there'd be no retrial, period, and Ms. Read would go free.
Read's attorneys also requesting the jurors now be asked the question, was a verdict reached on counts 1 and 3? The Boston Marathon bombing also cited in the reply brief, with her defense comparing how a couple of jurors in that case had posted on social media, indicating they had already made judgments that were never disclosed. That matter is being taken up by the courts.
Even as late as 9 years after that verdict, they are allowing now a hearing to take place to see whether those 2 jurors should ever have been impaneled, whether in fact they lied.
The Karen Read case also focusing on questioning the jury after a verdict.
They've painted a picture where if the court wanted to break new ground and actually set some new law here, there is some room to be able to do that and distinguish it from longstanding law.
Now, as for a timeline here, our legal analyst Michael Coyne says he expects a decision to come down sometime around the holidays before the end of the year. Karen Read's retrial is still scheduled for January. Live here in Boston, I'm Kirsten Glavin, NBC 10 Boston.
Kirsten Glavin on this trial since the beginning. Thank you.